Today on part 2 of Turneround's theory.
So it's the difference between feelings and emotions, right? So if you touch your hand, you feel your hand. Touch it, you feel it.
Another edition of Turneround's theory is coming your way next right here on YouTube. But you ain't got to take my word for it. The young lady that we covered on Turnaround's theory is back on No Fugazi's YouTube channel once again to talk about how she has left her family for happiness. If you'll stick around for part 2 of the conclusion of today's edition of Turnaround's theory, which is coming up next on my official YouTube channel in just a minute, I'm going to once again take you back to No Fugazi's podcast on his YouTube channel, and we'll watch the full conclusion of this episode in its entirety. And of course, I will give you my 2 cents on it by concluding today's edition with another free theoretical thought, as I always do. It's Monday, January the 19th, 2026, and fellas, once again, as I often tell you all, that y'all should often be knowing my saying, and y'all should often be knowing the drill. So why don't y'all go grab a quick snack and come on back, because y'all just might learn something. Another edition of Turnaround's theory starts right now. Roll that intro, and let's jump right into it. I've been a musician for more than 44 years. I've been a video editor 20 years and a content creator over 10 years. I give theoretical thoughts on just about anything in general. I'm Mr. Turnaround, and this is Turnaround's Theory. What is up, everybody? Once again, I'm your boy, Mr. Turnaround, aka Tenacious T, aka your theoretical maestro. And I want to welcome you to part 2 of the conclusion of today's edition of Turnaround's Theory for Monday, January the 19th, 2026, right here on my official YouTube channel. Now, as you should know, the Turnaround's Theory is coming to you each and every single Monday and Friday over the digital airwaves of YouTube for season number 6. And once again, Turnaround's Theory continues to become the actual platform of where I normally give the fellas, just like you at home, a free theoretical thought on just about anything. Hey, listen, for those of y'all that are just tuning in to watching another edition of Turnaround's Theory right here on my official YouTube channel, I want to personally welcome you. And if you are, in fact, a returning subscriber, hey, welcome back. Now, as a constant daily reminder, I must reiterate to you all once again to please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my official YouTube channel, because it would, in fact, help out and it would be beneficial for the YouTube algorithm. And please don't forget to smash on that post notification bell, because you, my friends, will instantly be in the loop every single time I post up and upload more additional content onto this channel. Please be sure to follow me on all social media platforms. There will be a link provided in the description box below. Now, if you also want to contribute to my YouTube channel through PayPal, which ought to be a great help, and there's also going to be a link provided in the description box below for that as well. Please don't forget to also use the hashtag #TeamTurnaround that you will see at the bottom of your screen, because that lets me know indefinitely that not only you're watching another edition of Turnaround's Theory, but it just goes to show that you are supporting my platform with regard to the content that I post up, and I might just send you a shout out right back. Now, I do hope and pray that I have covered everything within this particular matter, and with that being said, let's jump on over into part 2 of today's edition of Turnaround's Theory right here on YouTube.
So we're going to measure physical abuse also hurting the mental abuse.
Please do.
What we can't measure is the mental abuse actually hurting the physical, right? So once again,
I didn't say the mental hurt the physical.
But obviously, if it's mental abuse, if you're only saying words, and if it's hurting the person's mental, it's the physical aspect of them as well. It's the internal, right? So if I call you words, it's hurting your internal.
Let's stop and let that marinate for a moment, as Cooley has talked about on his No Fugazi podcast. I'm about to show you some facts about physical violence as a screenshot to just give you all, the viewers at home, according to these facts. Now, when it comes to physical violence, non-Hispanic black women and multiracial women have higher lifetime physical, stalking, or sexual violence rates compared to white non-Hispanic women. But non-Hispanic Asian Pacific Islander women show lower prevalence of these forms of IPV compared to other groups. Now let's take a look at these statistics. More than 60% of Native American and multiracial women report psychological aggression. Over 50% of black women report psychological aggression. 40% of white and Hispanic women report psychological aggression, and only 30% of Asian Pacific Islander women report psychological aggression. Higher proportions experience physical violence too, though at lower absolute rates than psychological aggression.
You would have to demonstrate that. I'm going to demonstrate to you how physical abuse would damage the outside, but also the inside. You ready?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So it's the difference between feelings and emotions, right? So if you touch your hand, you feel your hand. Touch it, you feel it. You can smack your hand, you feel it, right? It's like, pain, right? That's what feelings are. That's feels. Emotions is the feeling, but judging it, right? So you judge what you felt. Make sense? You judge what you felt. So if I punch you in the face, you get a black eye. You're going to feel the pain. You're also going to judge it like, oh my gosh, that was so wrong. Oh my gosh, why did you do that? Oh my gosh, this and this. So then, because you know you can judge it because you felt it.
I gotta pause once again and show you some more facts and statistics. Now, I've done some research online when it comes to female perpetration against men. About 21 to 28% of women reported perpetrating physical aggression against an intimate partner, compared with roughly 21 to 28% of men in similar samples. In broader international surveys, a significant portion of physical violence in relationships is bidirectional, with a smaller share being female-only perpetrated violence. A major CDC report also found that among male victims of rape, physical violence, or stalking by a partner in the U.S., about 97% reported that the perpetrator was female only. Now, here are the key things to understand about these numbers. Number one, different types of abuse matter. Physical aggression is not the same as severe violence, coercive control, or injury-causing violence, and women are statistically less likely to inflict severe or injurious violence than men, even when frequency numbers are similar in some studies. Number two, context and measurement affect results. Some surveys that count minor acts can show closer rates of male and female perpetration. Other studies focusing on reported crimes, police data, or serious harm still find most severe IPV is committed by men. And number three, not all abuse is reported. Underreporting, especially by male victims due to stigma, complicates accurate prevalence numbers. Researchers caution that reported figures likely underestimate the true extent of abuse among all genders.
We don't really know you can judge it if you didn't feel something. If I say words to you, well, that's not measurable. But I know that, no, what I'm saying is, if I say words to you, there's no computation or no system of measure that you can do to say, oh, well, you know, you probably feel this way about it, or this, like, you can have your own assumptions, but there's no measurements.
But there is.
It's not tangible.
So what you're saying is when you're physically hurt,
you can judge it.
Because of your actions outward, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I internally hurt you, my isolation is my outwards responses.
No.
My anger is
you
my
need
outward
to explain.
responses.
You need to demonstrate how you internally hurt me with your words.
A woman can hurt a man internally with words by attacking areas tied to his identity, self-worth, purpose, and sense of respect. Emotional and psychological wounds often last longer than physical ones because they quietly reshape how a man sees himself. Now, here are some ways that a woman can hurt a man internally with words. Number one, attacking his masculinity. Statements that question his manhood strike at the core of identity. You're not a real man. I ain't a man who can actually lead. Other men who would act like this. Internal impact creates shame, insecurity, and a constant need to prove worth. Number two, disrespect disguised as honesty. Using bluntness as a weapon. I'm just being real. You're weak. You can't handle the truth. The internal impact to this teaches him that vulnerability leads to humiliation, causing emotional shutdown. Number three, comparisons to other men. My ex never had this problem. Why can't you be more like him? The internal impact to this triggers inadequacy and silent competition that erodes confidence. Number 4, belittling his efforts or ambitions. That's all you make? Your dreams are unrealistic. You'll never really succeed. The internal impact undermines motivation and creates self-doubt tied to purpose and provision. Number 5, using silence or withdrawal as punishment. Ignoring him, withholding affection or communication. The internal impact creates anxiety, self-blame, and emotional instability, often called emotional abandonment. Number 6, mockery during vulnerable moments. Laughing when he opens up, throwing past confessions back at him. The internal impact destroys emotional safety and teaches him to suppress feelings. Number 7, gaslighting and reality manipulation. You're imagining things. You're too sensitive. That never happened. The internal impact causes confusion, self-distrust, and emotional dependency. Number 8, threats to replace or leave. I can find someone better. You're lucky I'm still here. The internal impact creates fear-based attachment and insecurity instead of love. Number 9, public disrespect or humiliation. Jokes at his expense. Criticizing him in front of others. The internal impact, deep embarrassment and long-term resentment. And finally, number 10, conditional love language. I'd love you more if you were different. When you step up, then I'll respect you. The internal impact links love to performance, causing burnout and emotional emptiness. I will conclude today's edition with another free theoretical thought to wrap up for this week, right after this.
It's like sometimes when the woman is happy, she leaves. And when a woman is unhappy, she stays. Like the happiness of a woman is not necessarily predictive of whether she's going to stay in that relationship.
Why do you think women leave when they're happy?
When they're happy,
Yeah.
they've gotten too much of what they wanted. And eventually they run out of things to want. And it's almost like, you know, is that going to sound weird? But it's like, how do black holes die? You know, they have to go away eventually. They suck up everything around them, and then well, there's nothing less to suck up. And then they have to suck themselves up, kind of a thing, and then there they go, I guess. We do know that black holes don't exist forever.
Okay.
I can't explain the astrophysics, but...
Never trust a woman that will break up her family for personal happiness.
Hold up. Say that again.
Never trust a woman that will break up her family for personal happiness.
Say that one more time.
Never trust a woman that will break up her family for personal happiness. She's not loyal to anybody. The only thing she's loyal to is her emotions. If she's willing to put her life on the line and have a child for a man and walk away, or say her vows to God and break those, what you think she gonna do to you, boy? You just a newcomer, man. What you think she gonna do to you? Only thing she's loyal to is how she feels. Well, Dartrey, would you want me to be unhappy? Life is not about happiness. Life is about understanding and moving forward. Happiness is a choice. Happiness comes from a perspective, your state of mind, the way you frame your thinking. Bro, don't trust these women, because if she did it to him, that she had investments into, like a child, if she did it to God, her creator, what the f you think she's gonna do to you?
And now, Turnaround's theoretical thoughts. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is, and this is most definitely my favorite part of the segment. Once again, it is time for today's edition of Turnaround's Theoretical Thought with yours truly, because in just a minute, I'm going to conclude today's edition with another theoretical thought, the part 2 of this episode entitled, Woman Leaves Her Family for Happiness. Here is your theoretical thought for today. When a woman leaves her family in pursuit of happiness, the decision is often framed as an act of self-love or liberation. Yet in theory, happiness gained through departure is rarely simple or complete. True fulfillment is not found solely in escape, but in accountability to the lives intertwined with one's own. While personal well-being matters, happiness that requires abandoning responsibility carries an unseen weight, one that follows long after the initial relief fades. In theory, a woman who leaves may discover freedom, But freedom without foundation can quickly become loneliness. The family left behind does not pause its pain simply because one person chooses peace. Children, partners, and shared history continue to exist, bearing the emotional cost of absence. Thus, happiness achieved without reconciliation or responsibility risks becoming temporary satisfaction rather than lasting fulfillment. That's your theoretical thought for today. And this will also conclude another edition of this two-part episode of Turneround's Theory to start off a brand new week for Monday, January the 19th, 2026. Hey, listen, I want to remind you, coming February the 14th at 1 a.m. Eastern, 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, I'm going to be hosting another special Valentine's Day edition of Turnaround's Theory right here on YouTube and on Facebook. And you will also catch the first 15 minutes of the episode of Turnaround's Theory Valentine's Day edition on Instagram. So once again, I'm going to be hosting another special Valentine's Day edition of Turnaround's Theory, which will be premiering Saturday, February the 14th at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 midnight Central Standard Time, right here on YouTube and on Facebook. So please be sure to mark your calendars for that. Hey, listen, once again, I want to thank you for watching another edition of Turnaround's Theory right here on my official YouTube channel. This platform is actually designed to empower men to make better choices and life-changing decisions when it comes to the dating world. Hey, listen, let me know what you think in the comment section below concerning today's episode. And as a constant daily reminder, let me remind you once again to please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my official YouTube channel because it would in fact help out and it will be beneficial for the YouTube algorithm. And please don't forget to smash on that post notification bell because you, my friends, will instantly be in the loop every single time I post up and upload more additional content onto this channel. For Turnaround's Theory, I'm your boy, Mr. Turnaround, aka Tenacious T, aka your theoretical maestro. I do thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you right back here again next time for another edition of Turnaround's Theory. And until then, Team Turnaround out.